Hello everyone. We have posed a simple math problem for education. Ever thought about the potential relationships within a small group of just 5 students? Let's explore a captivating mathematical concept with 5 students. Picture yourself in a classroom with 4 peers. How rich and dynamic can your interactions become? Prepare to be astonished by the figures. The number of relationships among 5 people which, without direction and value, amounts to 1,024. This includes any combinations of 5, such as 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 2-to-3, etc. Yes, in a group of just 5 students, over 1,000 different relationships can exist. Now let's add direction and value to each of the above relationships. For example, Ava teaches something to Bob, and at the same time, Elena learns something along with 3 other children, including Mia. Then the number of relationships among 5 students, when considering direction and value, can expand to a vast 59,049, illustrating the intricate web of interactions and learning dynamics that can exist even within a small group. Isn't that inspiring? This exponential growth from simple one teacher with 1 class choices to over 10,000 outcomes isn't merely a numerical exercise. It mirrors the complexity of student interactions and learning in a real classroom environment. Even in a small group of 5, the potential learning dynamics are as vast as the stars, hinting at rich learning opportunities that could lead to fruitful educational outcomes for each student as well as for the group as a whole. Isn't mathematics just incredible? Does this math question challenge norms and offers new perspectives about education? The math reveals it. Even the simplest connections can evolve into complex and beautiful human learning experiences, especially in childhood. If this exploration into the relationships among 5 students intrigued you, imagine the discoveries possible with larger groups. Now look around a typical American classroom with 18 students, where learning opportunities can extend to 3 to the power of 171. It's time to revisit this learning relationship in classroom for education and human society. Here is the question. In the current global education landscape, how can teachers effectively teach at such a scale? First, capture students' attention. To be heard and noticed, you must stand out. Then how can a child effectively navigate and comprehend learning and interactions at this scale? We'd like to hear your answers to this question. Is it accurate to claim that the current state of human civilization is driven by attention rather than by values? So, here arises the question. Have the theories and practices of purportedly student-centered or personalized learning ever tackled this straightforward math problem? Should education be confined to a single set of values and directions, as traditional pedagogy theories and practices often dictate? In education, there's a concept known as the hidden curriculum, which not directly taught by teachers and not included in planned school education. Why not based on learning relationships? Integrate the hidden curriculum with the formal school curriculum, creating a unified and authentic learning experience for each child. Here are the challenges. How can we educate a child as they truly are? How can we support a teacher effectively manage this vast network of learning relationships within the constraints of class size, time, and space? What values and directions of learning relationships merit consideration? What kind of school climate and ecosystem shall be provided to students and teachers? These challenges underscore the persistent reliance on traditional classroom lectures, characterized by teacher attention-based instruction and one-directional content-centered learning from teacher to student. Pedagogy, the science of education, has traditionally centered on the dynamics of one teacher and one classroom, with little research attention to uncover the abundance and complexity of learning relationships within a classroom. Government policies and finances have been built on this foundation. This encompasses various aspects such as policy, financial resources, structural setup, architectural space design, school administration, average spending or cost per student, teacher and staff compensations, administrator salaries, class size, teacher-student ratio, curriculum design, and methods of teaching, learning, and assessment. This one teacher, one classroom model of school education has been exceptionally stable for over 3 centuries worldwide, significantly limiting potential change and innovation. Schools and colleges of education at universities worldwide have developed their programs, curriculum, research and practices around this pedagogy model of one teacher and one classroom for centuries. Should university teacher education programs and training courses shift their focus towards understanding dynamic, diverse and authentic learning relationships, an area that has not received much attention and research? Until the foundational pedagogy of one teacher, one classroom is transformed, the education system and its economic model cannot be reformed for the future, nor can effective civic education and community sustainability be achieved. For tomorrow's educational landscape, teachers are expected to become the architects of learning relationships and the professional cultivators of the future assets of families and society. It also fosters a community spirit, endorsing peer learning and cooperation. Ultimately, the influence of learning relationships on pedagogy is transformative, pushing for innovative and inclusive teaching strategies. This shift in teacher preparation and training is essential for unlocking the full potential of teachers, leading to a dynamic, inclusive, abundant, prosperous, and more effective and efficient education's economy system. In a learning environment guided by values rather than driven by attention and consumerism, children can gain more diverse learning opportunities and achieve richer learning outcomes. More importantly, they will learn how to actively create happiness, cherish and enhance their inner well-being, and build harmonious relationships within their families and communities. Do you concur that the next generation of the internet, driven by values rather than the current attention or advertising-focused model, could potentially emerge from the authentic learning experiences and relationships of the younger generation in education? Stay curious, keep exploring, and as always, thank you for your attention to the X challenges. Join us, and together we can shape the future of education and human civilization. Margaret Mead, an American cultural anthropologist, once said, "We are now at a point where we must educate our children in what no one knew yesterday and prepare our schools for what no one knows yet." The future is not where we're going to, but what we must create now.